Welcome to Destination Deanna. I'm Deanna, love guide to all and kept wife strategist to the women I'm called to serve. Please consider my channel your self-help learning library for love. Join me every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for our weekly coaching gem, where I give guidance to elevate your love experience. And on Wednesdays at 1 p.m., tune in for Sounds About Wife, where I give my unique wife perspective and prepare professional women like you to become kept wives. So hit that subscribe button and let's start this love journey together. See you soon, my loves. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me put my background music on. Welcome to this week's coaching gem. I am Deanna, the kept wife strategist to those I'm called to serve, but love guide to all. Oh, I see people are already checking in. Hello, my amazing keeper husband, Will. Thank you for being here, baby. Ooh, Trinette, you made it. Happy Monday. So glad that you are here. Ooh, and it is a doozy. Let me turn that down. I don't know if it's so loud for you all. It's really loud for me. So there we go. It's supposed to be background music. So welcome. Welcome to this week's Coaching Gem. Again, I'm Deanna. I'm so excited. Hey, Miss Martin. How you doing? Thank you for being here. So today's topic, feminine currency explained. And what is feminine currency? The power of affection and appreciation. Let's get into it. What's my intention today? What is my intention? I like to be very clear about what is the intention of the message so we don't have any misgivings, right? Well, today we're getting into the real currency women bring into relationships, and that is affection and appreciation. It's not about trying to match a man's financial provision or security, or as we say, energy. It's about offering what only we can: emotional connection, love, and gratitude. That's what makes a man want to show up as his best self. Now, I've told you my intention, right? Let me be clear about what I'm not doing. Okay, what I'm not doing. And that also means who I'm not talking to and what I'm not saying, right? So let me be crystal clear. I'm not telling you to abandon your success or to stop securing your own bag or to become passive. No. What I'm not doing is saying that you have to match energies with men, okay? You do not need to compete with a man or out hustle him to prove your value, right? So this is for the women who understand their worth and want to bring only what they can to the table. That's who I'm talking to, all right? Now, as a quick reminder, I go over the lesson. It's probably going to be about 20 minutes, no more than 30. That's the max. But afterwards, kind of the after party, I have a live Q&A, but it takes place on Facebook, and you have to be a subscriber in order to access this live Q&A. So after the live, run over to Facebook. Destination Deanna is the page. And click subscribe and you'll get instant access right there and you'll be included on the live, okay? So I wanted to start this lesson off by sharing my experience, right? Now, many of you, I know a lot of you have followed me for years and you've kind of seen the journey, but I've also picked up a lot of new followers, subscribers, and supporters in the last year or so. So I want to be clear because you're seeing the glitz, the glamour, you're seeing where I am now. But before I attracted the love that I wanted, right? I stopped looking for it outside of myself and I started pouring like that love into myself, like into me. And when I got ready to enter a relationship, I realized the value that I brought wasn't in trying to match my man's hustle or outshine his achievements. I stopped trying to be on the level with him. I realized that if he was on that level, I could have my own level and we could cover so much more ground that way. When I left his lane for him to cruise and navigate, and he left my lane for me to cruise and navigate, the ride was so much smoother, right? So, what was the value that I saw I naturally brought? It was affection and appreciation. Because guess what? That was something that no one else could give. That was something that he couldn't give himself, right? It was priceless. And once I started moving from that space, the right man showed up. The right man showed up because I realized my real value. Instead of thinking I needed to earn and if I want a six-figure man, I got to make six-figure money. No, it became about how would that six-figure man want to be appreciated? How would he feel loved? How would he know that I'm grateful? What would he be looking for? So it's not about matching energy. We see a lot of that, matching energy. It's not about that. It's about reciprocating energy. Okay? Matching is the same. When we reciprocate, we return in kind. We complement. Not to mention, that makes you stand out. Everybody right now is into hustle culture. How much money can they make? How much blah, blah, blah. And listen, I like money. I like to get to it. I'm not saying you don't need to be about your money. I'm saying when it comes to a relationship, that's not what you bring. That's not your value. That's not your feminine currency. So the lesson, what should you consider, right? What should you consider? And this is breaking it down for you, giving you the examples of feminine currency in action. If you are going to take notes, now would be the time, okay? Consider. Well, number one, feminine currency is about nurturing, not competing, right? So instead of stressing over how you can impress him by out earning him or matching the gifts that he gives, or if he pays this, I pay the tip. I see that one more. That's commoner talk. I want you to shift to emotional gestures that matter. And let me give you some examples, right? Emotional gestures that matter. Affection, a small touch of the hand when he's feeling down. My husband loves when I rub the back of his head, right? When I'm giving him words of encouragement, right? Randomly letting him know how much you admire him, right? These intimate moments are your feminine superpower, not picking up the tip. Another example is appreciation, right? A simple, I see you and I appreciate all that you do for us. That can fuel him way more than trying to reciprocate with material things that he can buy himself. Gratitude is what's going to go much further. And the last example is emotional support. You're not just applauding him when he's winning. You're standing by him when he's stressed, encouraging his goals and reminding him of his worth outside of what he provides. And I see there's some comments. Oh, hey, Christian, glad you made it. Okay, taking notes. My baby said, come on with the reciprocation. Yup. Girl, don't get me started on those tip picker uppers. Commoner behavior. We don't do that. Now, number 2, back to the notes, right? So number 1 was feminine currency is about nurturing, not competing. And I gave you the examples of nurturing. Number 2, affection and appreciation are the real value men seek, right? And research shows that men who feel emotionally appreciated in their relationships are 43% more likely to feel satisfied. And this is from Psychology Today. Men thrive on being acknowledged, especially in relationships, especially from the woman that he is sacrificing for, he is providing for. Think about all those instances where you'll hear a woman complain about like a man going to a woman that doesn't look as good as her or doesn't have the accolades that she has. I guarantee you that woman was using feminine currency. I guarantee you that woman understood how to listen to him, how to pour into him with appreciation, and how to give affection, not thorough intimacy and sex, not jumping there. Affection that affirms him. That was number 2. Yes, stroke that ego. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. Now, number 3, this is the final kind of tip in the lesson. Feminine currency attracts better experiences with men. Whenever I see women complaining about the treatment that they're getting, I already know they are not paying with feminine currency. I already know, because when you do, you get the best from a man. Absolutely, you do. And let me just tell you, when a man feels appreciated, he's more likely to show up as the provider, as the protector, as the leader that you desire. If he's getting praise and respect, you'll see him operating in his masculine energy. We talk a lot about femininity. Well, part of that is creating the environment for a man to bask in his masculine energy. And he does that when he gets praise from you, when he gets respect from you, when he gets affection from you. They thrive on that. Remember that men actually don't want to fail us. They don't. They want to be our hero. And they definitely do not want to be our competitors. So remember that appreciation makes men show up stronger, right? So instead of stressing yourself out about ways to give back and how do you buy something that means the same and all of that, lean into the emotional feminine currency, affection and appreciation. And even a study by the world-renowned Gottman Institute found that couples who actively show appreciation have 47% fewer conflicts and report higher satisfaction. What is there to argue about when he's giving and you're receiving and appreciating? It's a cycle, a positive one, right? So now I'm going to take you to, oh, this is valuable. I'm glad it is. You def got it. You can reach into his heart and soul. Absolutely. Attracts or repels the wrong one. Let's pay attention, ladies. Absolutely. If you're making the complaints about the kind of men that you're getting, what are you doing that's attracting that? All right. So Here's the part that I leave you with, something for you to consider yourself. How do you take this lesson and make it your own? How do you look at your own life and see where you can apply this, right? First, this is your self-reflection. I am a journaler, avid journaler. It helps me get out my thoughts, it helps me be clear, but it also helps me architect my future. So, here's what to ask, right? What to ask yourself. So, this is for your self reflection for dating and relationships. So, number one, am I trying to prove my worth through actions that mirror his, or if you don't have a him, mirrors men? Okay. Or am I offering feminine currency, which is affection and appreciation from my feminine energy? So, am I trying to prove my worth through actions that mirror his or a man's? Or am I offering affection and appreciation from my feminine energy? That's number one. Why you look at me like that? These are good. I'm glad. Let's get to number two. If I'm dating, am I more focused on showing up emotionally, or am I caught up in impressing him with gestures? If I'm dating, am I more focused on showing up emotionally, or am I caught up in impressing him with gestures? Number three, how often do I show appreciation for what my man or the men I'm dating or the men in my life bring to the table, instead of focusing on what's lacking? So, how often do I show appreciation for what my man, men I'm dating, or men in my life bring to the table, instead of focusing on what's lacking? Number four, when was the last time I expressed heartfelt appreciation for my man's efforts, no matter how big or small? And kept the cheat code, right? I show my man appreciation every day. I don't think about if he's doing something. I look for things to appreciate, whether it's the good morning text, sometimes it's flowers, sometimes it's helping with the kids, sometimes it's reminding me to rest, sometimes it's a surprise gift, whatever. I look for things to appreciate. What you appreciate appreciates. Remember that. Now, number five, this is the final one. Am I nurturing the emotional connection, or am I more concerned with giving back materially? Am I nurturing the emotional connection, or am I more concerned with giving back materially? And here's my husband. When you're focusing on the lack, you'll keep getting more of the lack. Come on. And by focusing on what can I appreciate, it becomes so easy to see all of the things you appreciate. And ladies, the more you stroke that ego, the more you point out what he's doing well, the more he's going to want to do things for you to point out. Again, they want to be our hero. They want us singing their praises. They don't want to disappoint us. Do they sometimes? Obviously. But we don't want to focus on that. We focus on what we want to experience. Can you repeat number four? Yes. When was the last time I expressed heartfelt appreciation for my man's efforts, no matter how big or small? All right. So that was the lesson. That was the lesson. I pray that I said something to make you think about how you are showing up. to make you think about what is the real value you have? What is the real currency? What is the real cheat code? What is that zhuzh that you have that he does not have? Because listen, you providing what he can't provide for himself is really what sets you apart. He can get his own money, he can buy his own gifts. But your appreciation, your affection, that's priceless. So, what's my coaching gem? And this is what kind of wraps it all up, right? Ladies, you don't have to compete with a man or match his money. The real power move is tapping into your feminine currency, affection and appreciation. When you give that, you unlock his best self. And trust me, you'll feel it and you'll benefit from it too. All right. So listen, well, let me leave that there for a moment, right? That's the coaching gem, right? If you would like to take this lesson further, I invite you to connect more with your feminine, right? To make things like what I shared today your default. Invest in my Find Your Feminine course to get started. It's a nominal cost with lifetime value and lifetime replay. It's 6 videos. You can watch them as many times as you need to. And it also comes with a digital workbook that has journal prompts and things that help you really get the lesson, right? Really be able to implement change. So all I do is make invitations, right? I'm not here to sell anybody on anything. My life is good. I want your life to be good, right? I want more Kepties. You know what I mean? Do you know what Kepti really is? It's my kept besties. That's what a Kepti is. I want more Kepties. So please come join us. And for those of you who don't know, tomorrow is my birthday. Tomorrow is my birthday. And I welcome you to show me love, right? The ways that you can show me love: subscribe to my Facebook page or make a purchase on my website, right? So go to destinationdeanna.com and there will be a special announcement tomorrow on my website. If you nosy, you could go take a look today. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. I see there's a couple of comments, so I'll just check those really quickly. Ooh, I hit these just right. Thank you, Trinette. Took notes, needed this. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know you had a meeting, and you can check out the subscriber live later. I'll make sure I post it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Christian. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. So please remember, God is love. We are of God. So attracting love should be easy, especially when you have me as your love guide. And for the women that want to become Kepties, listen, kept wives are prepared women, and prepared women have strategy. And if you want the winning strategy, you will come to the Kept Wife Strategist. All right. Love you all. See you on Wednesday for Sounds About Wife or next week for the next coaching gem.